Welcome back to part 2. This is the BINJ series. I'm Tya-Marie. This is us on our way to the pieces that just kept falling into place, y'all. I cannot express this enough. So my coworkers ended up renting a car out there, and it was like, hey, get in a car with us. Got in a car, and we was trying to decide which place we was going to go to first, because this place we're at lights up at night and has fireworks. I can't remember why we went to this place first, but we ended up going, which was still good. That lake was beautiful, which I'm sure we wouldn't have been able to see at night. And then just walking through the caves. And it was, I think they call it Igloos. And it wasn't cold at all. This place only costs 500 yen to walk through. And so 500 yen is like $3.40 in American dollars at this moment. And they also had electrical through this place. So they had lights, but it was kind of weird. And we actually got to see a man replace something. But we walked through here and had a great time. And these ice sculptures or ice mountains were huge. You'll see. And then this was something you'll see like on a Disney movie. I absolutely loved it in here. It really gave me Christmas vibes, and I love Christmas. So as we're walking through, they had items made out of ice. So that chandelier in the air, ice. This piano, ice. It was just so cool. Of course, it had stuff in the inside, and I don't know how they're keeping this ice from not melting, but it's working. And so these mountains of ice were gigantic. But it was scary too, because I'm just scared of the snow, period. And so my thought is, what if this collapsed? That's always my thought. I'm always so scary of the snow. But we had a good time walking through, and I think experiencing at night will be kind of awesome too. So definitely if you go, maybe go at both times. But either or, it's worth it. And it wasn't that crowded. It was some people there, but I'm assuming that it gets really crowded at night, because the whole big thing of us going here was because it has a fireworks show and a light show. And so I can't remember why we ended up going to this place first. I think something else was closed and we just decided to go here first. But again, it was well worth it. And it was just beautiful. Had some great views, great pictures. And I purposely took a picture of him. That's my friend. So, again, go. And the roads were clear. So, I almost recommend you renting a car and driving to these other places. Now, the resort that's coming up, one of my coworkers and I promised each other that we were going to go next year. And we were going to just stay at that resort. That's how much fun we had at the resort. And to put in context, we were driving to these places. Of course, we've never been to these places before, but we got lost, and it wasn't a bad loss. Well, it was a bad loss to me because, again, I am terrified of the snow. So it wasn't a bad loss, because when we ended up finding our way, it was like we had an epiphany. However, if I went again, I would just stay at the resort. I'll feel safe, and at the resort, you really don't have to leave the compound. But if this is your first time going, I think you going to all of these places and experiencing all of these sights is worth it. And I believe to rent a car was probably $50. So on our way, we were trying to find this restaurant. And so at one point, we was like, let's just stop here and use the bathroom. So everybody went to the bathroom, and I went to this window. And at the window, we seen the sleds. That sled ride was amazing. We had a good time. We even got coffee. So then we went on the other side, because remember, we're still looking for this restaurant. And just so happened, I told them, let's just walk this way and go over that bridge. Because again, I don't want to walk outside in the snow. As soon as we got on the bridge, we realized that it was a compound. And on on this compound, everything was connected. So all of the restaurants were connected, and it was about 5 of them, and they opened up at different times. Because remember, the compound is a resort. I guess I should be saying resort, and hotels are there. But of course, outsiders can come. It's not like you have to pay to get in or anything like that. But at the back of it, they have like the igloo house. So there you could do tubing, zip lining. That big circle in the middle was ice skating. This was a cool slide. He went down really slow because he had on jeans. But I had on my snowsuit, and when I say I flew down that slide, so each igloo had something else. So they had shops in there, and then as you'll see, we went to the bar in the igloo. They actually had a igloo chapel, and it wasn't even cold in the inside. I don't know how ice can do this, but it wasn't cold in the inside, and the chapel only stayed open for a couple minutes. So we didn't even get to be in the chapel for long. I didn't even get to see the chapel, but they went to the chapel, and that's because I stood in line to get on the slide. The line wasn't super long, it's just the chapel didn't stay open long. And the bars, you can actually sit in the bar and drink, and that wasn't crowded at all. And so this is a view from up above, and we got to go through all of this. And I believe the tickets were $5. Well, 500 yen. So again, that's $340. And so this was my last day. And at the last day, they break down all of those sculptures that was made. And so I hope you can go. This is the BINJ series. This is Tya-Marie. This was Sapporo. Bye.